Imagine turning your back on the club that shaped you, the one where you bled red and green for years, only to sign with a fierce rival for a fortune that changes everything. Keaon Koloamatangi, the powerhouse forward who's been a Rabbitohs staple, drops a bombshell. He's heading to the Dragons. But what hidden pressures forced this seismic shift? If you're hooked on real drama like this, smash that subscribe button to all sports updates for instant alerts on every twist. Keaon Koloamatangi's story with the South Sydney Rabbitohs reads like a classic underdog tale. Rising from the local juniors, he debuted in 2020 and quickly became a cornerstone, racking up 126 games with relentless energy, averaging 153 attacking meters and 33 tackles per match in his career-best 2025 season. He wasn't just a player, he was the heartbeat of the forward pack. Under Wayne Bennett's guidance, he transformed from a second rower to a versatile prop, earning spots in the Kangaroos and State of Origin. Loyalty ran deep. Souths was the only club he'd known, a place where family ties and community pride intertwined. Yet, whispers of unrest began as the salary cap squeezed tighter, with stirs like Latrell Mitchell, Cameron Murray, and Jack Whiten commanding massive portions. Nearly two-thirds of the cap tied to just a third of the squad. The Rabbitohs found themselves in a financial bind. Adding David Fifita on a $500,000 deal only amplified the strain, leaving scraps for the rest. Koloamatangi, at 27 and in his prime, knew his value was skyrocketing after dominating the Ashes series. Rivals circled, sensing vulnerability. The tension built as contract talks stalled, with Souths desperate but unable to match market rates. Behind closed doors, the forward weighed his future: stay loyal and risk undervaluation or chase security. The moment of truth loomed, a decision that would ripple through the league. As offers poured in, the pressure mounted, creating a storm of speculation. Fans held their breath, unaware of the cape's invisible chains holding the club back. Koloamatangi's journey, once a fairy tale, now teetered on the edge of betrayal or breakthrough. In the heat of negotiations, the St George Illawarra Dragons emerged as the aggressors, swooping in with a helicopter ride to Wollongong to woo Koloamatangi. Their 5-year deal, valued at around $5 million starting in 2027, promised nearly $1 million per season, a figure Souths simply couldn't touch. Parramatta Eels lurked with a similar blockbuster offer, turning the pursuit into a high-stakes bidding war. Rabbitohs officials scrambled, pleading for him to stay, emphasizing legacy over lucre. But the cap constraints were unyielding. Long-term injuries to key players like Murray and Mitchell had already drained resources, leaving just $4 million for the remaining roster spots. Koloamatangi, a family man with roots in Tonga, pondered the implications: stability for his loved ones versus the emotional pull of Redfern. The surprise hit when news leaked. He'd agreed to terms with the Dragons. Fans erupted in disbelief, some venting fury online, calling for him to be benched or stood down. Wayne Bennett, facing a massive dilemma, mulled over precedents like dumping Justin Hodges years ago for a similar defection. The cooling-off period added suspense: 10 days, where Souths refused to waive, hoping for a reversal. Yet, insiders whispered it was unlikely. The deal was too lucrative. Koloamatangi's cryptic social media nods to departing teammate Daly Mole hinted at broader unrest, a sense that the Rabbitohs' glory days were fading. As the clock ticked, the league watched, wondering if loyalty could trump dollars. This wasn't just a transfer, it was a statement on modern rugby league's brutal economics, where even homegrown heroes become commodities. The tension peaked as Koloamatangi stood firm, ready to embrace a new chapter amid the chaos. All sports updates, your go-to for null scopes that keep you in the know. The decisive moment came like a thunderclap, shattering expectations. Koloamatangi, after soul-searching nights, chose the Dragons, not out of disloyalty, but necessity. Sources close to him revealed the Rabbitohs' offer fell short by hundreds of thousands annually, Unable to compete with the Reds' war chest bolstered by recent departures like Seth Lomax, the surprise it wasn't just money. It was the promise of a fresh start under Shane Flanagan, a coach rebuilding a contender. Koloamatangi envisioned leading a pack alongside young guns, chasing premierships that seemed elusive at a struggling Souths. The Rabbitohs' refusal to budge on the cooling-off period added a layer of drama, forcing the Dragons to wait anxiously. Would he flip? Unlikely, as the contract secured his family's future through 2031. Fans' backlash stung, posts demanding he sit out 2026, accusations of abandoning the borough. Yet, in the storytelling of his career, this twist elevates the narrative. From loyal soldier to bold trailblazer, the league buzzed with implications. Souths losing their most consistent performer, a player who rarely missed games and delivered in clutches, replacing him, a tall order, with the club eyeing internal promotions or bargain hunts. Koloamatangi's dominance, breaking tackles, offloading with precision, would be sorely missed. As the dust settled, the forward's quiet resolve shone through, a man prioritizing growth over sentiment. This saga underscores the Noles' cutthroat nature, where dreams collide with dollars. Retention soared as viewers dissected every angle, hooked on the human element behind the headlines. Looking ahead, Koloamatangi's move to the Dragons signals a power shift. Joining a side hungry for success, he'll enter the forwards, bringing experience from international stints and origin battles. For Souths, the void is glaring. Wayne Bennett must rally the troops, perhaps accelerating youth development or targeting free agents. The surprise lingers, a local junior defecting to a rival, echoing historic rivalries. But in Koloamatangi's words, unspoken yet clear through actions, it's about evolution. He leaves a legacy at Rabbitohs, but embraces reinvention. This chapter closes with anticipation. Will he thrive in red and white? The Null world waits, retention boosted by the intrigue. Stories like this remind us why we love the game: unpredictable, passionate, and profoundly human. All sports updates. Subscribe now for more exclusive insights.